Good morning. My name is Monique Ruffin and I'm your Moon Mama. How are you today? Today is Friday. Friday is Venus Day. Venus is the planet of money. It is the planet of relationship. It is the planet that governs our art. It's the planet that governs Taurus and Libra. So it's about balance, it's about sensuality, it's about food and the way we restore ourselves, the way we connect to one another. It's about relationships. That's Venus. And so today on Friday, where the moon is going to be in Aquarius for most of the day until the afternoon, Venus and in Aquarius is truly about your unique approach to relationship and connecting with others and really being yourself, like being true to yourself. One of the things I love about people who have Venus in Aquarius is there is this willingness to love how you love and not conform. So whatever that is, there's an independence in your loving relationships. There is a unique streak to being true to yourself and not bleeding your energy into your partner, or allowing yourself to follow another and with a person who has Venus in Aquarius. So today is a day about really being true to who you are in connection with others. I know for me as a woman, I have a tendency, or I can easily take on other people's energies. It's sort of my superpower that I can almost morph into someone else's frequency after a few days. But Venus in Aquarius does not do that. It's true to its own self, loves its own self very much so. So learn about your chart, see if you have Venus in Aquarius, or see where your Venus is, or see if you have anything in Aquarius, because Aquarius is a very interesting energy. So I wanted to share today a big lesson that has come up for me that is one of my life lessons. And so my experience, so yesterday the moon was in Aquarius. It's about friends, community, all of that sort of stuff. And one of the things that is one of my greatest lessons is abandonment. It's so painful. It's so painful. And the thing to understand is, for me, that I understand is whatever I'm experiencing out in my reality, it's because it's going on in my internal reality. And I've shared before that I had this really complicated, painful childhood growing up with parents who were addicts and drug addicted. And, my father died when I was 13, my mother when I was 29. And just the turmoil of that kind of life experience. And so it has always created in me, or often created in me more than not, a need to flee, to abandon myself, to completely feel like my life is not valuable, like there's no worth, and that there's nothing for me to hold on to. There's always been a running from my life experience into something else. And it's been an interesting thing because my best friend has this life that is very oppositional to mine. So where I had two parents who were addicts and not available, she had two parents who were home and very available in ways that the culture says is valuable. And when I was growing up, my mother really valued children or women who looked a certain way, who were light skinned with straighter, longer hair. And I didn't have that, but my best friend had that. So I sort of, drew in someone into my life at an early age who had the things that the culture values that I didn't have. And so there was a split inside of me where I would abandon myself and sort of desire her life experience. And yesterday we were having a conversation, and it was so vulnerable for me because I could feel the part of me that wanted to sort of abandon my own sort of struggle and challenge and what I'm considering difficult in my life right now for her experience, which feels much more fluid and open and self-expressed in a way that that I am working towards in a way that I desire, but there's this thing inside of me that will, because it's tough, will it can look like jealousy. And when that energy comes up in me, I know that I have abandoned myself. I have abandoned my experience and I have deemed it unworthy. I have determined in some way that the divine that is here in, through, and as me in this experience is not worthy, is wrong, is a betrayal of me in some way. And this work, as someone who is a healer for the self and to assist others in healing themselves, requires for me that I'm willing to absolutely be completely in love with my own human experience. Even the part of me that wants to run from it because it occurs as difficult. And I just am sharing this with all of you today because I want us to really understand how important it is for us to fully embrace ourselves, to fully embrace every aspect of our lives, even the most difficult parts. And who's to say that those are difficult parts? Because in the embracing of what we struggle with or what we toil over or our own personal hells is where we find the power, literal power to create and be who we're here to be. You cannot fully be who you desire to be if you cannot absolutely love who you are. And for me, that has shown up in this really interesting experience that I have with my best friend because our lives are so oppositional. And it requires of me, and possibly of her, she would have to speak for herself, being very married to my own experience, to love myself unconditionally. So where I had a mother who was a prostitute and a drug addict, and she has a mother who was devoted and a Christian and, able to give them the things that they desired, I have to value my mother and my experience as richly as she values hers. And the culture would say that her mother is the better mother, right? The more desirable mother. But what I have to do in my work is to see, what is the value of my mother? What is the power that I get from this relationship? What are the gifts of this experience? And that has been the most rigorous work of my life, to learn to value and love the life that my soul has chosen and created for me, and to understand that there are riches here, that there is power here, that there is grace here, that there is magic here, and to not turn away from it, to not abandon myself, because in abandoning myself, I can never turn this experience into gold and make power and goodness and joy and light out of it. We cannot run from ourselves and also have power within us. We cannot hate or judge ourselves harshly and still access the riches of what our life experiences are offering to us and how we can share with others. So I hope that you guys get that. This is something I'm working with. It's sometimes hard for me to share things while I'm in the midst of them, but that is what my higher self is asking me to do, because there are those who will be able to get it and receive from it and heal something in their own lives as well. So peace and blessings, everyone. My name is Monique Ruffin. I am your Moon Mama. If you'd like to sign up for natal chart readings to understand your personal astrology, who you are, what you've come here to do, and who you can be, sign up for a natal chart reading, or sign up for my my next moon course, which will begin on the 25th of this month, or the 24th. Peace and blessings. I'm Monique Ruffin, your Moon Mama. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.